Hey guys, we want to discuss the new Netflix documentary, American Murder, Laci Peterson. We just binge watched the whole thing and we thought it was really interesting and we wanted to talk to you guys about it.
We only watched 3 episodes because that's all there is, but there's more to watch.
We don't know the whole
We don't want to know the information, guys.
Yet.
We don't want to know any information just yet because we're going to slowly unravel this together. Yes. We're all going to do it together. We're going to solve the case. Now, the thing that's really strange to us, there's quite a few pinnacle moments that are strange, but first let's talk about the whole burglary done on either the 24th or the 27th.
Yeah.
That didn't make sense at all.
That was weird. I didn't understand
that. Didn't make sense.
Because how can the place across the road get burgled at the same time? I found that really unusual.
And they said they didn't know if it was the 24th or the 27th. You would know.
Yeah.
25th is Christmas.
Exactly.
You would know if it was before Christmas or after Christmas.
How could you not know if it was Christmas or not?
So we thought that was very strange.
Yeah.
And also another point that you said, Marzi, which I thought was great, how you said all the camera crew was
well,
around
that's
there.
it. I know.
So someone would have seen the
Yes.
burglars inside. Someone would have seen this happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I myself wanted to rob a place, there's no way in hell I'd do it with bloody camera crews everywhere. No way. No way.
And I wouldn't do it on Christmas. I wouldn't do it on Christmas. And how did they know?
Would they think it was Home Alone?
Yeah. And how did they know? How did they know that the neighbours wouldn't be home?
Yes.
How did they know this?
How did they know
They
that?
planned this very, very well. They don't know if it's before Christmas, after Christmas, but they did know. They did know that they celebrated Christmas Eve with their families.
Exactly.
They knew this.
How can you not know the date if you had planned this out?
Yeah.
It's not like a spur of the moment, oh, I feel like robbing a house today.
Exactly.
Oh, this house happens to be empty. No, they would have planned it out if it was true.
Yep.
And they would have known what date they're going to plan it because the people would have to be not home.
This was too much of a coincidence to ignore.
Also, guys, another point that I found a little bit strange was that Scott's workmate told Amber's friend that Scott was married. Why didn't Scott's workmate tell the friend that Scott's wife went missing? Why?
The guy who worked for Scott ran into one of Amber's best friends, mentioned something about Scott being married.
Because that was a big deal.
Yeah.
You would have thought that workmate would have told Amber's friend that the wife is missing.
Yeah.
You know, that's very, very strange. So
true.
that was something that we thought about. And there was another thing that you came across as well, Mars, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah. Another thing with the detective. No, I don't know. Maybe things are different in America. I don't know. But I thought it was kind of weird that he said he went to Radio Shack to get the recording equipment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of thought that was
Wouldn't
a little
the police just have that on them?
Yeah,
Do you
I don't
know
know.
what I mean?
I just thought
they had to
that
go
was
to
kind of
Radio
like-
Shack, to get a recording device.
I don't get that.
That was a little bit off as
Maybe
well.
you guys can let us know if that's something, I don't know.
So I went in Radio Shack, I bought the equipment.
Okay, so Scott and Laci, they dated for 2 years and they were married for 5 years before poor Laci was murdered.
Yeah.
Now, to me, watching this series, as I don't know the background, it kind of looks like Scott's a little bit of a sociopath. Do you know what I mean? That's what it feels like when I watch the show because he doesn't show any emotions. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, he's turning the baby's room into a complete clutter and mess.
I thought, what the hell?
Do you know what I mean? Like,
you know, he's saying, oh, I can't even enter the room in the interview, and then he's using it as a storage room. Like, what?
Tell me about the nursery.
Can't go in there.
That's just weird.
It's very weird. Like, he doesn't have any feelings, any emotions. He's already moved on in his head.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Laci known this about his character in that whole 7 years? Because you start realising someone's personality. Yes, I know he showered her gifts at the start.
Yes.
Of course he's trying to impress her, but after a while, wouldn't Laci have known, or the family friends, known that Scott was a little bit strange, a little bit different, because he doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't seem to have much of a care factor, a little bit of a sociopathic personality type. And wouldn't they think, well, gee, Scott doesn't want to have kids with you.
You
do you
never
know what I
know
mean?
what happens behind closed
No,
doors,
you
right?
never do. So that's what I wish. I wish they looked into her diary more. I would love to know
Maybe
what her
they
diary
did. We
reads.
we haven't,
Yeah.
like, we've only watched the documentary.
Yeah, but we want to get into the diary. Was there more
We don't
information in the
know more
diary?
yet. We've got to find out. Yeah.
Because there would have been problems in these 7 years. Just
Yeah.
because reading into Scott's personality, his second life, like, we're not judge. You can't say because he cheated on someone that he's a murderer.
No.
No, we're not putting those two together.
No.
But he is sneaky. He's a
Yes.
sneaky character. And just the way he went about things, like, I don't have a wife, I don't have someone. Like, he told a lot of lies and he told them well.
Yes.
And then when he was caught, he had to have another lie, and then he cried and showed some emotion, like, I'm so sorry, I'm really sorry. Like, that's when he showed emotion, when he had to come up with emotion and tell the truth.
Right.
So, yeah, we just find that very, very strange. Like his character in general, very strange.
4 or 5 cell phones. He had several knives. I mean, he had some Viagra.
Another thing that we thought was a little bit funny is that when Scott had his little getaway moment, he had the $15,000, he had the knives, he had a shovel.
Yeah.
He had Viagra.
I know.
He had Viagra. He's a 30-year-old man.
I know.
Why does he need Viagra?
You
That
never
was
know.
his. That was his
You
big
never
getaway.
know what's gonna happen on the run.
That was his big getaway.
I know.
$15,000, a shovel, knives. Do you mean some fake IDs as well? He had his brother's ID.
Yes, yeah. Well, clearly he was trying to, get away. And
Get
try
away.
And, fake being his
Get
brother,
away!
I suppose.
Get away and have a bit of fun on the side. Like
know.
it's a very, very unusual. And
Yes.
even the date, Christmas Eve, his wife was pregnant, first pregnancy.
Yeah.
He wants to leave her. He wants to up and leave her and go
Who goes
fishing.
fishing when your wife is bedridden?
Yeah,
Like, apparently she wasn't even allowed to walk the dog, so where did that story come into play?
yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, it's very weird. I know that there's... I haven't looked in deep, but I know there's another side. We haven't heard the other side.
Yeah.
We want to. We
Yeah.
want to see, can you change our minds?
Yeah.
But so far...
We're just in the shallow part of the water. Do you know what I mean?
I'm
We're
leaning
we're
towards
doggy
guilty.
paddling. We're
I'm
doggy
leaning
paddling.
towards guilty.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards guilty at the moment as well. But we're going to dig deeper, guys, because once we start digging,
Yeah.
there's no stopping us. There's
our
no
new thing.
stopping us. So this is our new thing because there's just a little bit of inconsistencies. The fact that he didn't want to show his face on camera, we knew that because of the mistress. When she wasn't a mistress, I felt so sorry for this poor girl because she was put in a situation, you know what I mean? And she thought it was her boyfriend, her partner.
That's it.
Do you know what's strange? He didn't want to have kids, but yet he sought out Amber, who had a child.
Yeah.
That didn't make sense either.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird. I mean, yeah, I don't get it.
Is this
I don't
the
get
only
it.
girl that he's cheated on with? Is Amber? Or is there more of a
Was there?
backstory?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know
We
as
don't
well.
know.
Is there more of a backstory?
Hmm.
Because, I reckon there's going to be a lot more pieces into play because we quickly heard, and then we shut our ears very quickly,
Yes, we did.
that there's something about DNA in a mattress.
Yeah, we don't know
We
yet.
don't want to know. We don't want to know until we get to
I
that
think
part.
this is new information too.
Yeah,
so
we don't want to know. We don't
We're
want
going
to
to
know.
find this out next.
Yeah, we know there's a Peacock series.
Yes, we're going to watch that
The
next.
Peacock series is what we're going to watch next because
Yes.
we have to put a VPN on and buy it through that way because we're
Yeah.
Aussies.
Yeah.
And then in a Peacock's American.
Yeah, we can't access
But
it otherwise.
then we're going to start unraveling it and finding out a little bit more because it's just strange because he didn't even open up those fish hooks, did he, Mars?
Well, yeah, that's it. Apparently,
Yeah, went fishing.
Oh, the fishing thing was all. I mean, come on. He says he bought a boat that he doesn't tell anyone. He gets his,
He bought a boat on the day
He tells
that
Amber that his
his wife
has
passed.
already passed away.
Yeah, that's the day. Like it's just all planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he gets his fishing license. Then he buys a bunch of fishing equipment that he never opens.
That's weird.
But he's got the receipts.
Yes, exactly.
And then he happens to go fishing on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
so far
strange.
I'm not on his side.
And the location that he's at is where they found
That's where they
her
find
body.
her.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
And he went there back and forth a few times, and he didn't want to answer any of his calls. Now, if your loved one is missing,
Oh, no.
you'd be on that phone straight away. Yes?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
What? How come?
Who drinks milk and eats, what was it, pizza? Was it pizza?
Yeah,
I don't know,
something like
he
that,
ate
yeah.
something
And
and
when-
washes his clothes.
Yeah. And also, not just that, when the police officer picks him up, he gets McDonald's. He gets Macca's.
Oh, yeah.
We call it Macca's
When
in
they
Australia.
finally arrest him,
Yeah.
he's like, oh no, it was In-N-Out Burger, wasn't it? We don't even have that in Australia.
No, yeah, In-N-Out Burger, yeah.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, I'll have whatever the order was.
Yeah, double cheeseburger
You
or
just
something.
found out they found your wife's body.
And it was confirmed. That's Connor and Laci's DNA.
That goes. I'll have a double with cheese, fries, small vanilla shake would be great.
But hey,
You wanna
time to eat! Time to eat!
I'm hungry.
Yeah, it's just really, really strange. Like, just the lack of emotions.
Yes.
The lack of care factor, not answering your phone, but you can check the answering machine message because he knows that he doesn't have to have a reaction straight away.
Yeah, yeah.
And the police are tracking him, so they knew that he listened to his answering machine message.
Yeah.
So there's so much in play here. It's
Oh,
just
so much.
so much. I really enjoyed this series,
Yeah, it was interesting.
but we need to know more.
Yeah.
We don't know enough. We're just paddling on the surface, you know what I mean? So we're going to watch some more, and we're going to do some more videos on this. Mm-hmm. Let us know in the comments what you think. Only of the series, though. Don't tell us any more information outside the series. We don't want to jump ahead. We don't want to jump ahead.
We're noobs. We're figuring it out.
Yeah, we're newbies. We're newbies.
Okay.
Anyways, guys, thanks for listening.